You know what? Oh, fuck it. I'll play like my like songs. Welcome on in. Happy Friday. We are returning to art. I will hopefully be wrapping up this boy. The at least the colors, because I want to try my hand at drawing this again. Like I want to try my hand at painting. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good week. You know, if, outside unless you're like on the like the eastmost or westmost coast, you're probably like free from work. So, congratulations, we now have the weekend, just in time for you know exhaustion. But yeah, I need to make sure I'm not muted, right? Perfect, I'm not. I had to be app. I was like looking for a moment. I'm like, wait a second. I did unmute myself, right? I did. Perfect. All right. You know, I'm just gonna start throwing songs in here that I want to listen to as well. What's up, Crisp?
Is it weird that I would sacrifice all of you here for a Deltarune character? No, because he's worth it. Well, pluckily I don't need to.
Yet,
Yet.
of course. Welcome on in, Melon. Glad to have you, sweet bun. Here, let me go ahead and get us onto the actual songs that were requested. Welcome on in, Ruffles. Glad to have you too. Bling Bang Bang Born Bardcore. That's that's a powerful thing. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good week. This weekend is mostly just gonna be relaxing. Originally, I did have plans for this weekend, but they kind of got thrown by the wayside. Recently, just the easiest bit. I'm trying to remember what happened. Oh yeah, that's right. It's supposed to like hold up. It's weird that I'll do that because like that's like me looking over my window. Yeah, this weekend's supposed to be a lot of rain, so those plans ended up getting rained out. Me looking off to the side. My my like Venian trying desperately to figure out what the fuck a profile is. What's a fucking kilometer? What's a fucking I've actually never done a profile view. Low key. Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
Starkey, fun fact, I demonetized your Blue Sky. It was me, Starkey.
Crisp, you know I don't make any money on Blue Sky, right? I don't make money. I don't make money in general. I think I make like on average nowadays like $80, I think, per month on Twitch streaming. And then I'll make by the way, this is do not in any way think that this is me like baiting for this is not me trying to bait in any way
Yes, you
for like
don't make money on Blue Sky because I demonetized you.
Chris, there's no way to make money on Blue Sky. This rat. I mean, I need to get him some digital literacy classes, to be honest with you. Thank you for the hydrate. That's a good point, though. Also, welcome to Tanos. Hey, we should out for Tanos. But yeah, anyone got anything particularly fun or interesting going on for the weekend? Should we crucify Crisp? That you're reminding me for whatever reason of the thing I saw that's what? I'm fucking stupid. I was using the goddamn eraser this entire time. Well, that's interesting to know. Hey, chat, I think I might be dumb. Anyways, I'm playing MTG tomorrow. Ooh, are you playing the new Magic, the Final Fantasy set? No, that's me. You're not dumb. To be fair, I'm not dumb either. Whenever I say I'm dumb, that's me, like... That's me, to some degree, laughing at myself. Because I recognize, objectively speaking, I'm not. Which is something that, like, to some degree, doesn't necessarily ever come through.
Rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
Starkey, you may be dumb, but consider the fact I am dumber than you. You cannot comprehend how much dumber I am than you. You are nothing compared to my level of idiocy. Nothing.
Yeah, let me erase this line, because I realize this line isn't really adding all that much. It was good for the sketch, but I think about now it's kind of like outliving its usefulness. A Zergo Stormrender that I'm not, I've spent too much money updating. Yeah, I'm playing Commander with a dick deck. Is that the new Zergo or the old Zergo? But no, like when I say I'm dumb, that's like, because you know it's more like saying like my brain did an oopsie doopsie. It's in no way saying like I actually genuinely and like I'm not sincerely of the opinion that I'm dumb. It's just like my way of laughing at myself. Precon Zergo from Dragons. Okay, you said precon Zergo, so that told me enough. It's one of the new ones. To be fair, I'm of the opinion that we need more group slug decks. As someone who plays consistently, like slower, more meticulous decks, because that's what I like. I genuinely do appreciate group slug decks for like ending the game. The game has to end at some point. And if the game ends before I get to do anything, that's fine. I understand. That's the price I pay. Been a bit Starkey, how you been? I've been doing all right. This week has been... It's been a week and a half. I love the tie vote to crucify Crisp or not. This week's just been a bit rough. I'm realizing like I really have to like strongly consider and like start making active progress towards certain goals so I can get out of here. Which is just like, you know, it's not intrinsically all that bad, but it is exhausting. I don't want to talk about my Zergo deck. It's been made very mean. I'm think I'm gonna But you know, I'm trying to think like what all I've done this week. I honestly not a whole lot. The vibes at work recently have just been like pretty rancid. So like it's largely just been me being like, okay, just survive the work week. I'm fucking stupid. Oh, I'm so goddamn dumb. I was on the wrong layer the entire time. That's a wrong layer moment. Feel free to use the emote. Feel free to use the emote of shame for me being on the wrong layer. Using me and layers are definitely like that. Layers, I think, outside of like saving and not using visual references, is those are my like bad art habits. In general, I don't have a lot of the like bad artist habits that a lot of artists seem like they have. But I do have those for sure. You say that again, people have not been vibing lately. Yeah. it doesn't help that like. So to explain kind of like what like the particular like thorn that was in my side that like definitely made me realize like I need to start actively moving towards being somewhere else. Um, there was a mandate that's being made for all employees of the state of Indiana to go back and work in office again. Which is a problem specifically for my department. Because the Department of Transport. So you know, I can't really say which specific department I am in, but it's one of the bigger ones. And during the process of COVID, they actually tore down a lot of their seating because they thought that people would just be permanently working like hybrid. I'm not doing this. We're not doing this. But yeah, no. Like we have like I'm part of Coward. Listen, man. I'm talking about how shit my week's been. You're out here like let me just go ahead and play a fucking like a mental breakdown song for Starkey. Just you know, really dig the suffering in deeper, huh? But no. So like I work for one of the bigger departments for the state of Indiana. I can't really state which one I work for because you know it's probably not advisable for me to do so. But the big problem with it is that there are so many people that work there now that like they like by trying to force everyone to work in office, they don't have enough seating. There's not enough seating. Like there just aren't enough tables and chairs to have everyone work fully in office again. Which is I think, you know, that's a sign of like a really good you know, a management style. But because I'm contract, I'm technically not working for the state of Indiana itself, so that doesn't really it doesn't actually affect me. My boss reached out and was like, hey, you are able to work remotely. We need that desk. You're going to have to work fully remotely, which you think would be a good thing. And it largely is, because it means that, like, for example, starting in June, I'll be able to stream every single day from like 6 to, you know, various times. I might be going to 10 some days, maybe 9 at others. It'll kind of depend where I'm at. But the problem with it is that I've had, shall we say, a pretty deeply negative experience with remote work, where I actively feel like me being told that I'm working fully remotely after working hybrid. It's like that little tipping point where I'm like, it's like one of those like warning signs, like the like kind of the red sign of like, oh, okay, you're suddenly in a more precarious position. It's not given where all of the work is at in regards to like progress. I don't think they will fire me because they need my help. Or like, you know, everything's gonna fall apart. But also, it's still not a great feeling to be like, oh god. You know, to just be kind of sitting there and waiting is like, okay, am I gonna, you know? So like that's been like this week's kind of, you know, major stress, anxiety. And then just like, you know, gestures vaguely towards the internet. It is like, yeah. That's not necessarily been super great for my anxiety either. So like I'm taking the note that like I should probably begin my process of really really beginning the process of actively searching for, you know, work. I'm gonna try my best to see if I can get a Canadian work visa. I don't necessarily know how easy it is to get one of those. I looked at the Canadian immigration page, and I actually do basically like I score high enough on their like immigration's results where like I'm pretty sure they would let me in pretty comfortably. Like there's no reason that they would have to deny me entry, which is good. But it also means that like, you know, because I have like I have like a college education. I'm relatively young, single. All that stuff, like, apparently is like stuff that's really, really attractive, but for relocating to a different country. Son of a bitch. Where'd I miss? But yeah, that's largely where my anxiety, that's a part of where my anxiety has been coming from in the recent couple of days. I just realized your tag says VTuber. Does it say VTuber twice? Hold up, am I dumb? It does. When did that happen? Okay, chat. What do we add as the new tag? 'Cause I'm allowed to have up to 10. Would you like some good news from me? Yes, please. I don't know what even do my ADHD. That's very much like my brain is ADHD. Bird? There's two of you, Bird? There's only one of me. This is technically the second version of me. Oh, that chaos. The funny thing is, like, I don't necessarily even know that it's that chaotic here. It's like, it's pretty laid back, and then occasionally I'll just decide to, like, cause incredible violence towards me, and oftentimes when raiders show up. I got my citizenship from my mother's birth country, so now I'm an EU citizen. That's awesome. That's actually, like, really great. Unfortunately, I can't trace any of my bloodlines back far enough where I'll be granted instant citizenship, unfortunately. When have you ever caused incredible violence towards you? You voted on whether or not I should I should be canceled on again. Becomes your dad. Nah, like, here's the thing. I realistically think that I'm going to be fine. My big thing is, like, my apprehension is, like, I'm sorry, Melon. The redeems are broken because the Twitch API and Twitch in general have been, like, working really... Like, Twitch has been genuinely broken for, like, going on a week now.
Do you like this?
That one works. Oh, I'm sorry, Lemlin.
Well, no more.
Can we get a refund from Lemlin? And also a shout out from Lemlin? Google Cloud has been crashed since yesterday. Yeah, but the API has been broken for. I've been having Twitch issues for the Twitch API for, like, going on a week now, because that is tied specifically to StreamerBot, and I definitely checked before stream started to make sure that StreamerBot was connected, and it's not anymore. I don't stream. You have emotes. Don't lie to me. Welcome on in. Say you're going to have you, sweet bean. Storky Marf. It's me, Storky Marf. I am joining you in the... No, don't stop. Please go away. Oh! But no, I am joining you in the world of the mustelids. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's the same family, group, order, like, I'm pretty sure that badgers and otters are, like, related in some way. I just couldn't tell you exactly how. I think they're both mustelids. I think that's like a Mustelidae or whatever. When in doubt, my go-to thing for, like, guessing what like a group or family is just add AE to the end of the word. Crustaceae. Soon all will return to Crustaceae. All will be Crustaceae. Is this Dan closing theme? But, you know, how you doing, Sager and Lemlin? Glad to have you, sweet beans. But yes, this is... I was about to say, I thought I recognized this song. But I want to be an owl, not a crab. I wonder, are shapeshifters subject to the same crab inevitability as everyone else? Will I eventually become Krabby Morph? like every shift... Inevitably, like I turn, like, 10,000 years old and I'm like, I'm now crab. Yeah, badgers, otters, weasels, stoats, martens, wolverines, minks, ferrets are all tube critters. I do love them. And I was, which is why I was like, if I want to make a second soda, I want him to be a badger. Also, I wanted him to be sussy. So I'm making very, very confident, very confident energy badger man. Wait, Snappy Morph is actually a pretty good naming idea for that, actually. It's actually kind of like, it's weirdly free. With some curls.
Gives me his hardest battles. Like having most of the music I listen to being Chapter 3 Deltarune music for the past 3 days, but being unable to put it in the queue.
Thank you, Melon Speedruns, for the gift sub over to Crab Morph. Mustelids is the family. Mustelidea is the Musteloidea is the superfamily to which skunks, red pandas, and raccoons also belong. Interesting. I wonder what crustacean would Starkey be if he were a crustacean. Honey, would you still love me if I were a crab? Yes and yes. Listen. To be fair, the crab is to some degree Sir Growly's territory. So I'm like, do I dare tread on someone else's bit? Would you still love me if I was Snappy? But Snappy not in the tendency to be like a crab, and not in like the like grumpy way, but in the way where I keep accidentally starting show tunes. Like the dance battle in West Side Story where it goes. The hand tracking is not good enough to keep track of the snaps, but it's like where I aggressively approach someone while snapping, to a rhythm before. I've actually never seen West Side Story. I only know about it from the memes. I need to watch more musicals. But at first, my first musical does kind of need to be epic, because it's the first musical I ever hyperfixated on. The snap jumping. What? I feel like there's like musical plot lines that are so ridiculous that like I'm like name a character, describe a character action from a character action and then describe if it happens in JoJo's or musicals. I feel like that is actually like a relatively difficult game to win. And to be fair, that game might be primarily the fault of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Or I guess the Rocky Horror Show in general. My favorite musical plotline is Phantom of the Opera's Phantom of the Opera 2. I know about Phantom of the Opera 2 because one of my friends loves laughing about it. the like 4 minutes long song where they talk about how they banged that one time. Fucking son of a bitch. Starkey, can we get the Lost 7TV emote, but just be an image of Zoro? You know what? Go if you can convince one of the moms to add it, go for it. There's a sequel? Yeah. So the guy who wrote Phantom of the Opera, why are we talking about bangers? Why are we talking about banging? Because we're talking about Love Never Dies, the sequel to Phantom of the Opera. where there's a solid like 6 to 7 minute long song about how the Phantom and the female lead had sex that one time, specifically 10 years ago, because that's a plot point about how a kid is 10 years old. Love Never Dies is a fucking disaster, and I kind of want to see it just so I can hate watch it. But the thing is, in order to do that, I would almost certainly need to watch the Phantom of the Opera first, because I haven't seen that. Oh, let me just drink to forget that ever was written. But you know, the guy who wrote Phantom of the Opera, at least I think it was the guy who wrote it. Someone important in the production of the Phantom of the Opera went through a really, really bad divorce, and then paid someone else to write an alternate, basically like a sequel to the Phantom of the Opera, where the female lead realizes that she chose the wrong person to marry and live the rest of her life with, because he ended up becoming a alcoholic abuser, and then it turns out that their kid, the female leads and the man that she married, is actually a bastard child of the Phantom of the Opera. It was pretty clear. Like, you know, even at the time, it was pretty clear that, like, yeah, the guy was going through some difficulties. Like, he was not taking the breakup well. It was a total shit show. To be fair, it's really fucking funny. Borb, welcome on in, Delos. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Delos? Like, don't get me wrong. I feel bad for any Phantom of the Opera fans who actually, like, watched that and wanted to enjoy it. But I think it's really funny. Oh my god, something about that emote is deeply cursed. I don't like the little hand shuffle up and down. It scares me. That I fear no man, but that thing, it frightens me. But you know, I guess would y'all be down to, because like I would need to like find a download of it online. Feels very fellow kids a little bit. I would need to find a file online of like a save file to download, but I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to doing Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 on screen. Sorry, since it's Friday the 13th, are we having a Freaky Friday watch stream? I have not thought about Freaky Friday in forever. That's like one of those like shows that like when I did watch television, that was like one of those straight to TV movies, or one of the movies that got played on like whatever channel all the fucking time. Wrong layer. If you want to die, feel free to take a shot with every wrong layer moment. Because I am fixing the line art while also painting, which is like not what I'm supposed to be doing for sure. What's Syphil doing? That's the wrong button, not the wrong layer. You gotta use the right emote. You can't fucking hit me with Sheldon when I should be shamed for using the wrong layer. They're making a Freaky Friday sequel and it looks awful. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that it will be worth watching. Condoning binge drinking TOS. Oh, yeah, you're right. I can't do that. You're right. Do not, under any circumstances, drink with every wrong layer. You will die. I know that wrong button hurts you more. I used to do that. It really helps me stop drawing on the wrong layer. Fair enough. To be fair, I am increasingly happy with how this is turning out. I decided to go for like the, you know, to go for the central color here and also over here. So that way it was a little bit more clear, like, you know, it's a little bit more clear it's Badger Man. Actually, I should probably close up like Miku Shrimp. Yeah, Kronos, I think you have 3. It looks like you have 3 songs already in there, unless. Yeah, you have 3 songs in there already. You have You and Owen Was Her Majesty, 2 Pieces, opening We Were and Anamanaguchi. Send you the Friday. Oh my. I just like don't watch any big name productions. Don't do it. Don't do any like. Oh. All right. Thank you for the saver binder. Hold up. Let's watch a bad thing together. Let's all suffer together. Okay. What? Okay. So notably already, I'm like I'm slightly perturbed because the original Freaky Friday was very much a this is like these might as well be the same characters because like like in the original Freaky Friday she was a teenager, now she's getting married. Okay, I do dumb bad accents a lot, but also I'm like an indie streamer. I don't have a fucking professional team I don't have a professional team of writers, comedians, people studied in the art of comedy to write for me. The accent's borderline offensive. I'm offended. I'm offended, and I have beef with the British because everyone has beef with the British. I beg of you, I beg of you, Hollywood, stop making me defend the British. Okay, so they are the same characters. Wait. Wait. What? So who's swapping bodies? Are there two different people are there two sets of doublets that are swapping bodies? Okay, there are two double swaps. Choosing to make fun of Asian people with British accents is also weird because colonialism. I'll be honest with you. So I have face blindness. I have. This is not a bit. I very sincerely struggled to differentiate faces. I did not realize that actress was Asian. That's not a bit. I was just like, wait, is she Asian? I'll be honest with you. I'm still uncertain. I trust you. I trust you as someone who is almost definitely more capable of recognizing faces than me. But yeah, if that is the case, that's even weirder. I'll get it's more on the writers. I thought she was the lesbian. Oh, wait. I heard that HOTTOGO. What? Hold the fuck up. You got Chapel Rowan to approve of Hot to Go on this piece of shit? I'm very confused. I'm also deeply lost. I just realized the Britney in the background. Like the Britney in the background with like that was like almost certainly like the equivalent, like because that was what was popular when the original fucking Freaky Friday came out. Why is there an Asian person being made fun of with a British accent? Because they fired all their writers that are actually funny because they are woke, I guess. To be fair, Disney pays. That's fair. Also, I have to imagine at some point, like, okay. At some point, you know something's gonna be enough of a disaster where you're like, It's not going to do anything hateful, but it is going to suck hot dog shit. Like, and at that point, I'd be like, it's like, okay, if I made like a famous song and someone came forward to me and was like, yeah, I'm about to make this piece of shit movie that's going to completely bomb. Do you mind if I pay you multi-millions of dollars for your music to be in there? I'd be like, yeah, fucking go for it. Give me a ticket to the screening. I will show up. I promise you. You know, the writers of this are woke. There are no guy characters. You know what's fucked up? You know what? Welcome on Ocean. I'm glad to have you, Sweet Bean. You know what's fucked up about this trailer? I still don't think it's past the Bechdel test. Like, this is... I don't think this trailer is packed the... I don't think any of these girls have talked about something that isn't tinged, like... I guess they've talked about, like, the fact they swapped. But, like, all of the core crux of the movie is that they're trying to break up a bunch of relationships. That's an achievement. The what? So the Bechdel test is a writing. It's like a test for writing a female character in a show. The idea of the Bechdel test is that a movie passes the Bechdel test if there are two ladies, they have a conversation, and that conversation is about something other than guys. Like that, like any, like it could be a conversation that's literally like, oh, hey, I made breakfast. It's like, okay, cool, thank you. What'd you make? And then like hey, congratulations, you passed the Bechdel test. They have to be, oh yeah, that's right, they have to be named women. And a lot of fucking movies fail to pass the Bechdel test. It's really funny. Also, wasn't the reason they switched the first time was because of magical Asian woman who gave them a magical Chinese cookie or something? Maybe? I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch it's been a hot minute since I watched it. Jamie Lee Curtis, you deserve better than this, girl. How much did they pay Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan to come back? Probably several million. Queen, you're old, I'm sorry. Now I want cash, no cookies. Here's the thing, I don't necessarily think it's bad to have, like, older ladies, like... Fuck. There, now you can use the wrong button emote. I must have been a lot, or she got serious bills to pay. They must have not done a movie in a while. No, Jamie Lee Curtis was in fucking... you know what's wild? I'm pretty sure Jamie Lee Curtis was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is like one of the best movies to be released in like the last decade. Like that's a lateral, like that's a fucking plunge into the crater if I've ever seen one. It was adapted from a webcomic written by Alison Bechdel. It's two lesbian characters talking about how few pieces of media manage to have named women who talk to each other about literally anything other than a guy. Yeah, she won an Oscar for everything. Jamie Lee Curtis was great in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I do think the actress who played Hope, whose name I actually don't know, unfortunately. I think that she should have won Best Supporting Character or Best Supporting Actress, because the Hope in Everything Everywhere All at Once, absolutely, like, to be fair, that cast killed every single person on that team. 8-8, like they just destroyed it. On topic, Everything Everywhere All at Once passes the Bechdel test. Oh, of course it does. Funnily enough, Everything Everywhere All at Once passes the Bechdel test because there's multiple like women on women like, you know, emotionally intimate scenes for like a variety of characters. Because you have Joy and her girlfriend, and then you have the female lead and Jamie Lee Curtis with this weird sausage finger universe. Don't get me started on how the steamrolled Stephanie Shu for that. I'm assuming it's pronounced Shu. That for that Oscar, she deserved it 100%. No, like you watch Everything Everywhere All at Once, and she ate every single scene. Like she absolutely killed it. I pray that she finds more work. I pray that she gets stuff like that again, where she gets to just be like wild and like, you know, really show off her skill set. Everything Everywhere All at Once is lesbian sex. Well, it doesn't have lesbian sex, but it does have the central conflict to some degree is a intergenerational trauma, which is instigated by the fact that the fact that Hope has a girlfriend. And then there's a scene later on which, due to extenuating circumstances, is impossible to contextualize. But there's this weird hot dog finger oral fucking scene. I can't even begin to explain it. Just if you've not seen it already, watch it. If you've seen it, you're like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sound check. 1.
Well, come on, Diax. I'm gonna be sweeping.
Sorry, I don't know how to count, but I hope you are doing well.
Can we get a shout out for Daedalus and one for Diaxo? Y'all think I'm crazy. I promise you. I promise to God. I promise. Everything Everywhere All at Once has an oral finger fucking sausage finger scene in it. Which Crisp is still so quiet. God damn it. Scene what? Everything Everywhere All at Once. Which god are you promising? Good question. I know you're not crazy. See? What other person has seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the condiments. They put on their sausage fingers before they slip them into each other's mouths. It's very strange. Starkey sounds like he's lying, but I have seen it. I need to watch it. I highly recommend it. It is the only movie. So keep in mind, I'm all too conscientious of the sausage finger mouth sex scene. I cried the last half an hour of that movie. I cried for 30 minutes watching that movie. There's a moment where a character reveals like how they see the world, and I related so deeply to it that I just started sobbing, and I didn't stop crying until the credits hit. Should we do a movie night of Everything Everywhere All at Once? I'm fucking tempted to. It is my all-time favorite movie. It upstaged Bad Times of the El Royale, and nowadays Encanto probably takes second place. And maybe the Barbie movie. Fuck it, why not? Those movies just I don't know. There's something about like a movie that just absolutely emotionally devastates me that I love. It's always the friends who invite me over and they're like, "Hey Starkey, do you want to watch this movie?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah." And then I'm sobbing into one of their many like pillow plushies, like as like a character, you know, has like a very truly like human moment. Me during the heart to heart between Joy and Evelyn. Oh god, that was really good too. To be fair, like I said, the Wayman speech near the end, like 30 minutes before the movie ends, 30 minutes. Wayman's like, Wayman's just like, just be kind, and I'm just fucking, I'm in the club crying. So you look at Discord. I prefer if a financially stable guy devastates me. Okay. Yeah, so to contextualize, remember what I was talking about earlier about the very, very silly scene that happens in Everything Everywhere All at Once? What's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
The drag adaptation of Encanto should be called El Cunto.
That's a good joke. Genuinely, like a solid joke. So Briotic sent me this and just said, imagine if they'd used this for if they used this for Jamie Lee Curtis's award for Best Supporting Actress, for Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's not her own foot, by the way. That's another character's foot. Your category is unupdated. It's still no. I'm using just chatting because I don't want to use the AI art tag that they have. This is a scene. This is another character's foot. I love this. And it's like unironically a genuinely emotionally, it's AI now. Yeah, they changed the art to like a weird like amalgamation. They clearly have an AI filter on it. I love this movie. Welcome on in Gadget. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we shut up for Gadget? I need to rewatch Everything Everywhere All at Once. I need to give it another watch too. We are just chatting with extra steps. But no, that's the fucked up part is that's like actually a genuinely emotionally impactful scene. Like that's a scene that has like emotional intensity to it, which is somehow managed in spite of the fact that she's soothing her with her feet.
Rats, rats.
Was it Chris?
The rats.
There, it's gonna be okay. Just take it one step at a time. Smack, smack.
I was welcome on Nakamura. Glad I was Sweet Bean. This movie looks like a fever dream. I come on save until I have a migraine and watch it for an extra layer of sadness. So the big thing about Everything Everywhere All at Once and why it impacted me so deeply is it is a story very much about generational trauma. And I recognize that like I have I am very much very solidly in the target demographic for that. Sadness. I know I said weirdness. Big side note, my Zergo deck is 1200 USD. Oh my god. What did I do to this? Even the universe where we have weird sausage fingers, we play the piano with our feet. An actual honest to god line from that movie. Because there's zero way, like I can't contextualize it. Like it is a movie. Just think the movie in its simplest form is about a woman with crippling ADHD trying to do it. Yeah. That the movie is entirely about a character just trying to do her damn taxes. and then things go off the rails, and then you're like, oh, are they ever gonna get back on the rails? No, they just keep going harder off the rails. They go farther off the rails. The rails stop existing entirely. They move to another dimension where the rails never even existed. Like it's my favorite all-time movie. So I would 100% be down to share that with y'all. Oh, I forgot about the rock. I'm like, okay, we can't keep talking about it because I am conscientious about the fact that it is the kind of movie where like it's relatively resilient to spoilers, but I don't want to accidentally spoil it for anyone. Learning kung fu by sitting on a trophy dildo. I will neither confirm nor deny that happens. I will merely read that message. Can you side name Cuff? What? You can read, can't relate.
Rats.
But thanks. Ooh,
Where
is that like one of those like things where if like you say it,
asking for the science stream.
I'll do a science stream at some point. Do you upload your? I do upload all of my VODs to YouTube. Currently I'm a little bit behind. I'm taken to trying to edit gameplay into like more, more reasonable like lengths, as opposed to the previous structure where I would just upload all of my like VODs blank or like unedited, save to like cut out the first 10 minutes. So yeah, if you want to follow my YouTube, I do post everything there eventually. Currently, I'm a little bit backlogged because I need to cut down I need to cut down the power wash sims that we did recently, and then the Clair Obscure. I I got like some kind of emotional masochism issue going on with my brain, because I'm like, God, I love Clair Obscure, and I'm like, you know, I want the game to hurt me. I want the game to hurt me in the same way that like Barbie, the Barbie movie hurt me, in the same way that Encanto hurt me. What's up, Crisp?
We're the rats.
I just realized how to turn lead into gold. Ha ha ha, I'm re, and it's gone.
Oh no, the critical ADHD struck. Is Starkey Morph a good bird who deserves good things? I refuse to acknowledge this. This is a rigged poll. This poll is rigged. I refuse to abide by the rules and logic of it. But, you know, a lot of my like streams turn into like just variations on just chatting, to be honest. How's this poll rigged or something? Something will happen. Acknowledge the poll or something. All right, I acknowledge the poll. It exists. What I love about Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's such a reverse Oscar bait movie. It did none of the tropes you'd expect from Oscar bait movie, and everything that usually gets snubbed by the Oscars, you get fucking sweeped 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. Well, because it does all of them like so spectacularly. I don't think I like the color. It's too bright and clashing. I might move more towards green, like kind of like an emerald or forest green. Hold on, let me try this. That does keep more in the theme. Some people are voting no. Good. I am a bad bird. I'm Twitch certified bad boy. Thank you for the stretch, save, and hydrate. Starkey's not a good bird. I see Locke knows what's up. Me when I'm a bad bird. Starkey's a collection of nano machines, nano probes. Yeah, I think I like the green a little bit more. I think the green ended up being because I think I like a little bit of a darker color palette. And of course, now I have that. Again, I'm gonna add the little like detailing with the laurels. Because I like the idea of like you know, a nice portrait. Welcome on in, Yonu. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I like the idea of like horns as like no. I need to now that I actually have an idea of like where the issue is with now I actually have an issue like of what the heal problem is. Sturdy bird. You see, you didn't throw Pikmin fast enough. I fully healed. You fool. Dude, well, I'll just pass my before sleep for sure. Thank you for stopping by, you Sweet Bean. Well, how you doing up? How you doing, Multi? Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Although I'm tired as well after lots of drawing. I definitely like I noticed that you had quite a lot of art recently on your Blue Sky, which is really cool. I need to be better about posting. I need to fix the colors on the burbs, and also probably like rework their design a little bit. Let me look at them again. This design needs a little bit of touching up for sure. More in regards to colors, this one's relatively fine. I think I need to probably desaturate this a little bit. This red a little bit, and then I need to probably like do a major rework on the colors going on here. Sergey's been confirmed a good board who deserves nice things, so nice things will come. No. How dare. Yeah, thank you, no problem. I don't know. There's something very soothing for me about draw. Like I feel like leaves and vines tend to be like where I really like. Something about them like makes sense to me, in a way that maybe not necessarily all parts of art intuitively make sense. It's just like fun little detail work like this that I actually kind of really enjoy about the artistic process. Oh, I just realized y'all were in ads. I didn't even warn you about the ads because I didn't pay attention. My bad. My bad. So mean. This is a One Piece song. This is Two Piece. This is the fan made this is the fan made theme song for the fake Straw Hats that you see at the beginning of the Return to Sabaody. Which is why the singer sounds very different than the original singer of We Are. Three-piece chicken nugget. You gotta at least get the 5-piece chicken nugget. Especially if you're getting chicken nuggets. Like, chicken nuggets, like, that's insubstantial. Drunk? Why is my nose so itchy? All right, back to Anamanaguchi. I like something about these like climbing vine aesthetics. Wow, that silence was long. Sometimes you just have to sit in the silence and suffer. I do love this is reminding me of the fact that Miku is in Fortnite. And I did see a couple of clips of the Miku Mafia being completely brutal. It was kind of wild. Because they would be like this one Miku fucking killed a guy and then like forced him to watch her sing and dance. And he would try to like crawl away, and Miku would stop the song, grab him, throw him back on the barrel, so that way he could continue to watch her sing and dance until eventually the storm killed him. Speaking of Fortnite, I spent money on Fortnite, a game I don't play. To be fair, I don't play Fortnite. I have also spent money on that game. for like the occasional circumstances where I do play it. Reminds me of the Miku's yeah, Miku's coming to fucking Sonic Crossroads, which is wild. I've not played a Sonic racing game, and now I'm kind of tempted to because of Miku.
Rats. Rats.
What's up, Chris?
The rats.
Did you know when you do a hyper combo enough you can do Clusseldomig?
Clussel? What is Clusel damage? Like the Clownussy? Me when I put my entire Clownussy into the bit. His oldness shows no bounds. Funny enough, Papa didn't know that Miku's a digital there's no fuck. That had to have been a bit. That had to have been like a bit where he gaslit someone. Because it is drunk ass colossal. Clisel. Okay. Do you know that when you hyper combo enough, you can do colossal damage? Is this in a video game or is this I've lost the thread. You are drunk, so like maybe I'm not the problem. For once. Maybe I'm not the drama. Clussy damage. Clussy damage is definitely a form of psychic damage, for sure. Here you go, Starkey, I found your thread. It was during the Summerfest stream, Starkey. What was? Oh, wait, no, I see now. What the fuck is this? Guilty Gear Strive Unica theme Carpe Diem. Except it's definitely... Is this a fucking Silva Gunner? It's not a Silva Gunner? What do you mean it's not a Silva Gunner? Because this is definitely remixed with Five Nights at Freddy's. The guilty behind the slaughter is fucking wild, actually. I was about to nuke Starkey. You survived that for now. No, like, because here's the thing. Around the time that was happening, I was actually getting ready to start my own stream. Hey, so Finn's supposed to be a Draconic Sorcerer or a Druid. Draconic Sorcerer. Draconic Sorcerer, but also he specializes in... It basically is, you know... I don't necessarily go by hard D&D rules. The way I'm approaching it is that his magic originates from draconic bloodlines, but he has his magical specialty is associated with life. So it's like life, like bodies, forms, that kind of stuff. So he can just like, you know, he can just mess with your form. It's just like, you know what, fuck you. You know what, fuck you. Turns you into a... He is 100% the kind of guy who will TF you for a bit. Starkey would be like, I want to TF you for the experimental data. Finn would TF you because he thinks it's funny. TF, we love TF here. Actually, I'm wondering. Can we wait, Kosai's not here. Kosai is the one who usually runs those polls. About like people, like do people here like TF? And if so, do you like it in a safe for work way or a not safe for work way? This is a like really comfy song. Oh, it's South of Midnight. I've heard good things about South of Midnight. It's very story focused though, right? Where it's like it sells itself more on the story than the gameplay. Well, that's one of them done. Yep. I don't know, there's something about like the like there's definitely a menacing edge to the song, but for whatever reason it feels very comfy to me in a way I find it difficult to describe. Hey, so I looked behind me and found a Funko Pop of my own dad. Did your dad get turned into a Funko Pop? If so, how did that happen? I think it's something about like the timbre and the texture. I think the fact that it's like all human voices and it's like the plotting melody is what makes it like even though it is a very very dark tone, it's also just very homey for whatever reason. In all seriousness, I'm gonna assume it's a gift. So is it like when you say it's of your dad? I'm assuming it's like a character that you're like they you know you it's in the same way that like I'm like yeah, Behemoth is my husband. I'm assuming it's kind of like in that same vein. Based on what I know about the game, this is definitely a good thing. Oh, I'm sure. Like, here's the thing: game makers are like, okay, so it's an indie game maker. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure that South of Midnight isn't a AAA game. I would say that every decision being made in indie games usually is like one made with deliberate like choices. Whereas like if you know if this were like for like a AAA game, I'd be more like okay, it's like you know here's what my feeling of the tone is, but the you know that doesn't necessarily line up with what the actual experience of playing the game is like. Like it must be a custom one because his name is literally on the label. AAA has been triple ass recent lately. The last time I bought a AAA game for full price was 10 years ago with Overwatch. The original Overwatch came out 9 years ago. So it's been almost a decade and I've not bought any AAA game for a full price since then. And I don't really I think the important addendum to that also is like I don't feel like I've missed anything, you know? I don't feel like there's been a single game where I'm like, I wish I would have played it. And I think that's like, and I think that aspect is like the purest indictment of AAA gaming. That I'm just like, yeah, I've seen everything you've had on offer, and none of it's I don't you know I've not grabbed any of it. And I don't feel like I've missed anything. I'm happy that Sandfall was a new French studio, so not AAA but better. So your thoughts on the song? It's like a jam for Expedition 33. For what it's worth, Expedition 33, like so Sandfall is a new studio, but it's also a studio made of former Ubisoft executives, which, by the way, makes it so fucking funny to think about. Like, imagine a world where Ubisoft gave their creative team like freedom to like make what they wanted instead of making the same sandbox 10,000 times, and they actually like Expedition 33 was a Ubisoft game. It's a fucking wild thought, right? By all rights, Expedition 33 could have been a Ubisoft game if Ubisoft gave a single fuck what anyone was telling them. That would be insane. Yeah, like imagine like a decade of stagnation from like a game studio, like making infinite sandboxes, and then they drop an instant classic like fucking Expedition 33. It would immediately like it would immediately be like, whoa, holy shit. Oh, you just said forgetful. Also, welcome on Lead Crook. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I don't think I said hi earlier. Is the 3 songs max good, or do we want to lower it down to 2? Welcome on Cornflake Girl. Glad to have you, sweet bean. But it would have cost $80. You're right. This is the better timeline. Three is good? Okay, perfect. I do love those like those silly emotes. Those are adorable. I kind of want to get one myself. Leonos, welcome on in. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I'm working on Badger. Sorry if I've done this before. All good. I've been killed. Imagine if killing people in real life, they got to say like one last thing before, like, you know, it's like they're what's a crisp.
Happy Pride Month. Remember that being straight is now prohibited, and if you are caught being straight, you are sent immediately to gay jail.
Well, to be fair, you are suddenly creating the perverse incentive to, as a homosexual, to be straight, to be sent to gay jail. But what was I talking about? Oh, that's right. Imagine if like corpses got to like it's like in real life, like you get the Oblivion style thing where like a person can still be talking as they're dying. Imagine that. And then someone's like people hit you with like the fucking like the
Rats. We're rats.
That's a crisp.
We're the rats.
Be careful, my gay friends and enemies. Millie Bobby Brown and Azalea Banks have been released from their cages. They are in full search mode looking for innocent twinks, bears, dolls, Subaru drivers and cruisers. Look both ways or Millie might beep on your ass, and be careful what you say on Twitter or Azalea might wrap you in a Mongol leaf. This PSA has been brought to you by Charlie XCX and Poppers.
I have no idea who Millie Bobby Brown is. The only context I have for Millie Bobby Brown is that I think he's referenced in one of Kendrick's songs that he used to violently bludgeon Drake's career in with. That's the extent of my context for who Millie Bobby Brown is. I was gonna say I was gonna give BG3 another go, but then I found the altars for 30% off. What's the altars? Also, it's really funny. My friend who is still not beaten BG3 is actively going to lose the game to our friend who has 100 fewer hours. Like he has not beaten BG3 yet, and he's in a race with one of my other friends who just started. And I guarantee you the friend who just started is going to finish the game first because he's playing it with another friend. I need to talk to chronically online Twitter gays. Like, but why? Talk to chronically online Blue Sky gays, at the very least, for your own well-being. Has Cam Cool finally left the camp yet? I think he finally he finally beat the Goblin camp. He's made it to the Underdark, and I think that's as far as he's gotten. Yeah, no, don't go back to Twitter. Twitter is not the good. Twitter is no longer the good place. Has Stan Twitter moved to Blue Sky? I don't know. I don't think so. I block accounts that are I find deeply annoying or troublesome, because blocking on the biggest thing I could do to sell Blue Sky, blocking people on Blue Sky, it actually fucking does something. You basically nuke them from your timeline. You never have to see them again, especially if you add their at, and also like if you go into your moderation settings. One Piece is the best anime. Thank you for the follow. Glad to have you, Sweeping. I like One Piece. I don't know that I would call it the best anime, though. I would say it's up there in terms of being the best manga, for sure. The bar is in hell if it's the bar we're trying to reach. If the bar is in hell, if that's the bar we're trying to reach, it's, hey, listen, that's the current bar for Twitter. The current bar for Twitter is like, I can block people and they still annoy the fuck out of me. All my feed is rockets and donuts. In the literal sense or in the euphemistic sense of rockets and donuts? The Alters is a survival game developed and published by Live Studios. In the game, the player assumes control of Jan Dulski, a space miner who must create alternate versions of himself in order to survive on an inhospitable planet. It was released for PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series X. What's up, Crisp?
The truly best anime of all time is undoubtedly Cory in the House.
Oh, it was released today. I'm watching a playthrough of the Altars right now. It sounds a little... I'll be honest with you. The way it's being described to me is giving me a little bit survival crafting game. Which is a genre that I have very, very deeply burnt myself out on. It's a survival game? God bless. Welcome on, Lazy Cat. Glad I was sweeping. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying it's like, well, there goes a game that I can't do it anymore. I've had to fucking craft a pickaxe one too many times. The novelty's gone. What is the melody? This is this is Senbon Sakura. 1000 Cherry Trees. Senbon Sakura. It's seen more than that with the impactful social choices. Oh, if there's like social elements, I might be still willing to give it a try. Night of Nights, I think. No, because hold up a moment. Night of Nights is it's similar, but they're different. The song is Awaken to Sleep Region I didn't know existed. This is Senbon Sakura. Because Night of Nights is Night of Nights is Toho, yeah. But it has a similar chord progression. And like a similar like syncopated melody. Or is it? That's not. I mean, it's a remix, but yeah. So it's pretty different. It's really terrible. I'm gonna. It's less that kind of survival. I like the pipes version. I do love Bing of Bongs. Wait, hold up a moment. Night of Nights, metal pipe. All right, you got me curious. Night of Pipes Falling. That's uninterpretable. Night of Pipes Falling, but the whole sound plays every note. It just sounds like the Gmod collision sound effect. Then let me show you my my personal favorite Night of Nights remix. This is Bing of Bongs. Where is it? There it is. Bing of Bongs. My earbuds died. The song I requested played. I don't know actually. This is my favorite Night of Nights remix. Okay, but actually, could you fucking imagine? Could you imagine hearing this as you approach a town? I would be like, holy fuck, that's my man's going off. What did I come back to? Bing of Bongs. This is peak internet. Someone remade Night of Nights, but with clock bell chimes. Then thousands of knives fall from the sky, and the queen just begins rapidly dodging all of them. This would be the song for entering a 100%. Oh my god. The King of England's the final boss fight. To be fair, it's a fucking banger. I live near an audible church bell already. The chimes hourly. I don't need this in my life. No. This would be a one and done. This would be a one and done for sure. If this happened hourly, I would actually tear my hair out. I would lose my mind. Although the Queen's maid would be the one throwing the knives. In order to prove yourself to be the King of England, you must survive my maid's knives attacks. Dodge all of them. I have to imagine, like, with the reverb you would get from the sound of the bells bouncing off of like the streets nearby, this would become very uninterpretable very quickly, though. I will say, if Big Ben the Bell ever does get truly decommissioned, if Big Ben the Bell ever does get fully decommissioned, I want that. I want if Big Ben cracks playing Night of Nights, then so be it. It will go out in a blaze of glory. Anyways, I got distracted. Sorry about that. So this must be an art stream, and then that stuff like that happens. But no, like that is for sure a one and done. Art stream. I'm doing art. Art is happening. In Saturn news today, millions of Londoners died today as their brains liquefied from bell noise and now sports. Listen, it's, you know, stiff upper lip and all that. To be honest with you, if I'm gonna go out one way, brain liquefaction via hearing Nightcore ass song being played on bells. What was the AI filter you mentioned with the Twitch art category? So what basically, people found the original visual sources for the elements. So the painting in the background of the art category is a Bob Ross painting, and then someone found the portrait, like the surrounding portrait. The problem is, they definitely applied an AI filter over it to make the portrait look cleaner and brighter. And in doing so, completely fucked up the entire visual aesthetic of it. The way the BBC can hard pivot on stories gives me whiplash all the time. And now, for something completely different. Maybe that's the joke in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, is the fact that like they pivot from stories that hard. Yeah, because if you look closely at it, I actually did like a side-by-side comparison, and it's pretty apparent that they put like some kind of AI filter over the arc category image. Especially if you look at like the corners of it, like where the gilding starts to like kind of merge into the boundaries between the sections of the framing. I thought somehow having that category on your stream somehow applied an AI filter to the stream. I don't know how that came to. That would be that'd be weird, fucked up, and deeply unpleasant. Like that would actually probably like that would arguably be grounds for like a lawsuit against Twitch. I can't imagine they would ever do that. I looked at what the song is. I shouldn't have spoiled myself. It's really it's great. Thank you, Hatsune Miku. I too see you in my dreams. Certain social media sites are already applying beauty filters that cannot be taken off, so I wouldn't be surprised. Which fucking social media site's doing that? That's like actually that's dystopian as fuck. TikTok at some point. Yeah, that's like profoundly dystopian because it is basically like hard-coded, hey, fuck you and your unhealthy beauty standards. They're gonna get worse. Because like no, now everyone looks like they've got a full face of makeup. Yeah, that's like an actively fucked up and evil decision. I'm glad I stopped using TikTok. Peak beauty is the Borb. I would agree with you, to be honest. If you recorded yourself to the TikTok back compared to a recording through your phone, there was a noticeable difference. That's actually like really, really fucked up. Like that is like that is like one of those things that I would, you know, like it's because I knew TikTok was going down the shitter, but that very much validates my decision to be like, all right, I'm just gonna leave TikTok and never use it again. I need to post to Skylight. Skylight is basically Blue Sky's, or it's a TikTok like app, but it's built on the Blue Sky naming protocol. So basically, I can use my Blue Sky at to post on Skylight. I remember it being high key racist too. Like the filter that TikTok applied. Because like it unfortunately doesn't really surprise me. Because if it's AI, then naturally there's gonna be some fucked up shit going on with it, of course. But modern beauty standards are built around whiteness, so not surprised. Yeah. A thing I fear, but I know that my heart will go on. Please. Thank you, Hatsune Miku. That's beautiful. Hatsune Miku singing "My Heart Will Go On" is such a wild energy. I like to think that like Hatsune Miku, Hatsune Miku suspiciously just shows up at like sites of like what would later be like known as inevitable like huge tragic disasters. Like Hatsune Miku was on the Titanic. Like Hatsune Miku was at the village near the Pompeii volcano. So somehow she escaped all of it. Hatsune Miku was in the New York Stock Exchange during the 2008 recession. I it's always Hatsune Miku. She did all of it. I might make that like a series of meme drawings is just to like put Hatsune Miku in like sites of profound like the Mount Helena explosion or whatever. Just like huge like natural disasters. Oh, that one hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh, Hatsune Miku through the fire and the flames. I was not emotionally prepared for that. She always gets away with it because she's always in a different look. She's her voice on the fly. How could we have been so blind? How could we have not seen it was all Hatsune Miku's fault? I realized I definitely over decorated this one more compared to this one. That's fine. I mean, they'll like when I do a ref sheet, I'm sure like I'll be able to adjust it to be like a little bit less overt. Oh, so this is Miku and Rin. Hatsune Miku is really the modern day Slash, always appearing when you least expect it. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out like how I want to do the wings. I'm already liking the accenting more, but I do think that I might be going a little bit too hard with the vines on the horns. Hiding in your Wi-Fi open secrets, anyone can find me. I'm not seeing Hatsune Miku. I'm seeing Miku Miku Uiu. Starky Miku. Stark Sune Morphku. I hate it.
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
What's up, Chris?
Any spoken pun is non-Euclidean. Written ones. Entirely Euclidean.
Any spoken pun is non-Euclidean, written one's entirely Euclidean? You're not incorrect. But I feel like describing puns as Euclidean and non-Euclidean is a concerning, like that's a concerning development in regards to like the nature of like hatred you have towards the English language. Like, I forgot to mention I won a new pair of headphones that work. Ooh, nice. Yeah, well, that's congrats. What kind of pair are they? He's out of line, but he's right. Exactly. Okay, perfect. I wasn't quite on the. I had very briefly visited the wrong layer, but I'm fine now. JBL brand wireless headphones. I'm gonna whiplash Darky so hard with my next song in the queue. I'll be honest with you. I almost forgot for a moment there that this is a Hatsune Miku song. Okay, I think I'm gonna. Here. Let me try something a little bit different. I think that the thing I just need is like I just need to give it like iterative design process. What's up,
Are
Chris?
thoughts non-Euclidean one dimension, Euclidean or non-Euclidean three-dimensional?
Our thoughts are non-Euclidean one-dimensional, Euclidean or non-Euclidean three-dimensional. It depends on. I think that one depends on your intuition for three-dimensional space. Sneaky Smelly, welcome back, Melon. Glad to have you, sweet Bane. Can we intuit a three-dimensional pun? A terrific question. Is there something you're trying to tell me by calling me stinky all the time? All right, I guess there isn't something he's trying to tell me. I do love like songs like this, which are just like very like. I'm a big fan of this like this aesthetic of like, you know, what's the term for this? Like acapella. I love the texture it adds to like a song. Choirs. I want a game with only this style of music. Yeah, it does remind me a little bit of Madoka Magica. It is a hymn. What I'm wondering is like what like Temple of Time from Ocarina of Time. Is okay. Quick question for this is a question for Kingdom Hearts fans in the chat. Does this symbol mean something specific that I should be aware of before I include it on a character design? Heartless? Okay. I think. Well, shit. Because I realized as I was drawing it, I'm like, that's... I feel like I've seen this symbol. Like, I feel like I've seen this like, visual idea expressed somewhere before. I'm pretty sure it was I was pretty sure it's in a Kingdom Hearts game. And so, you know, before I included it, I wanted... Let me check. Hey, Starkey, check DMs. All right, checking DMs. I checked my DMs and was immediately blasted in the face. Kasai, why would you... You know my feelings regarding... Like... You know my feelings regarding Zootopia 2 and horses. That image is I'm very wrong. It's still Kingdom Hearts, but not Heartless. It's so apparently they released the visual appeal for the new mare for the visual the new visual for the horse mare from Zootopia 2. I need to learn French. Share. My big thing is like if you're let me hold up. Let me open it real quick. I have no plans on seeing Zootopia 2. I probably won't be seeing Zootopia 2 or Zootopia 1 unless specifically shared. This is not Disney performing a targeted attack on Starkey. It's a horseman, and it's part of what's probably going to be a subpar sequel to a series that people like because of furry character designs. That's it. That's the extent of my thoughts about this horse thing. Do you reasonably expect Disney to put out a good film in the modern day? No, it's gonna suck. Why is his head so... That's also very... You know... From a design perspective, it is slightly concerning, the proportions. Welcome on in, Big Brain. Like, let have you, Sweet Bean. If you want me to stop flashbanging with horses, let me know. I just like y'all are like definitely overhyping my hatred of horses. I promise you. I don't dislike horses that much. I just don't trust them.
Rats, where rats, where the
What's up, Chris?
A.
It's Starkey. It's the symbol of the Kingdom Hearts, but missing the crown.
A.
Okay, so I probably want to avoid including it. Otherwise, people will be like, "Oh my god, you play Kingdom Hearts?" So let me guess. It's probably like this, and then I'm assuming the crown is linked to the effect of like something like that. Like this is the symbol of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. I've not played it, so almost. I didn't have any visual reference for that, by the way. I'm vaguely aware of the base heart symbol, but I don't actually. Also, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, simple and clean. You picked the right color though. It's the same color. Then I really can't afford to put that fucking... I can't afford to put it on my character. Horses, yay in a safe work way. What the fuck are the teeth? Wow, someone enabled channel point vote. Whoever did skill issue. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I forgot that I put this in the queue. It was summoned. Actually, hold up a moment. I have an idea. I have an idea for a fun, like, kind of symbol topper I can put here. So I could check DMs to see how spot on you were. Oh my fuck, I was I was really low key. I was actually like really fucking close by just kind of guessing at what I thought it would look like. This is apparently the symbol for Kingdom Hearts, and when I was told that it was a heart with a crown on it, I basically came up with exactly this. I mean, to be fair, that's a sign of, like, genuinely, like, good visual design where, like, someone could draw it very easily. I'm not, but also I can't afford to put a Kingdom Hearts thing on my Sona, because Kingdom Hearts fans will notice it, they will ask me about it, and I'll have to be like, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game. I just think it's a cool symbol. It's all. Please don't crucify me, and then I'll be crucified because Kingdom Hearts fans. I'm real with you. No one's spending channel points on polls like this. You playing Kingdom Hearts? Oh my god! I don't have to explain to every single person that no, I don't play Kingdom. I've never played Kingdom Hearts. Actually, hold up. I don't know why, but some of the Heartless creatures are kind of hot though. That's just the monster fucker in you coming out. Disney will come after you. Yeah, it's like Disney will fucking copyright claim my persona. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past Disney, to be honest. Just to fuck you up, I also DM'd you the symbol of the enemies in the series. It's about to be the same fucking symbol, ain't it? Oh, it's actually very different. Interesting. Show Starkey the hot ones. I'm saying that the nay option wasn't written as nay. Okay, so it's swirl up. There you go. After a poll, I will show you a real poll where channel points get spent. But, like, but why, though? Okay, I actually kind of, I think it adds a little detail. Gakpo. Haven't heard that name in ages. What is Gakpo? Because I feel like I've heard about that. I couldn't tell you where I've heard it from. I don't know what Gakpo is. I just meme music. Another Vocaloid. Okay. The Gact Vocaloid. Where's the Gex Vocaloid? We got Gumi, we got Gakpo. What about Gex? When are we gonna get the Gex Vocaloid? I've never played a game of Gex, so I actually I couldn't tell you a specific joke that I'm setting up here. I need someone who's played Gex before to help me, to save me from myself for setting up that joke that I have no meaningful way to pay off. Help. Are cupcake memes actually funny? Yes, I love them. No, I despise them. Come on, mods, give me gambling pool. We don't gamble here. I will say, I've been playing some blueprints in my free time where I can. I've spent so much fucking time in the casino, because there's been multiple times now where I've had the chance to try and earn enough money to buy out everything from the showroom to get a trophy. And I just end up spending like an hour in the casino making no progress towards that. So basically what I'm thinking is like I'm not a gambler. Report poll. Okay, I'm willing to say that this is like a relatively fun design. Cupcake mentioned switching over to Cupcake remixes. Oh my god, no. Okay. The big thing with like, how do I draw leather? Like, how do I do leather in like, because leather I think is like very much as like as a material is very dependent on its like on the way that it reflects and reflects light. Okay. All right. Apparently, chat has decided that cupcake memes are in. This is an idea that I think is probably gonna need a little bit more iteration. Oh, that's right. I remember one thing I was gonna do and then I got distracted. I need to probably like close the hair up here a little bit. I was hoping there was an Anaconda cover of Hatsune Miku. I'm kind of surprised there isn't. I feel like that one would be like a pretty like a given almost. Go through the trenches. I just realized I didn't ever actually recolor that in. I'm assuming this song is called Pound the Ground. If there's one thing about Guilty Gear music that I do love, is like it's just got this vibe to it. If I had to guess, this is like what, Potemkin's theme? I was entirely wrong. Apparently, it was Unika's theme. Zexius, thank you for the follow. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you, sweet pain. Are you by chance? Hold up a moment. Let me check real quick. You are. Can we shout out for Zexius? The person whom just followed. Heckin' spectacular artist. There's one where she dances, and that's about it. I'm currently trying my own hand at learning and doing some heckin' art. I'm wondering if have I over designed this again? Doesn't look over designed to me. That's my biggest apprehension right now. I think I see part of what the problem might be. I'm always apprehensive about over designing stuff. I guess the big thing is like I wanna make a design that's fun for artists to draw. Also, model still freaking cool. Yeah, it was done by Peepo Drops. People did a spectacular job on it. This is gonna be my second Sona. This is the Boyo that I'm gonna be using for art. That because like Starkey ended up inheriting a lot of my like ace traits, so I definitely think of him as being a lot more asexual. Tie this poll, or else emoji mode is on for 5 minutes. Okay, that's a pretty good way to force people to spend points. But yeah. The beard might be still a touch too bright. I'm sorry. Oh, God bless. Did I put you on the fucking... Oh, no. Oh, it's a disaster. I was on the wrong layer. In classic me fashion, I drew on the goddamn wrong layer again. Chat, we're cooked. We need to do votes for 2. Oh, no layer issues. It's definitely it's among my worst art habits for sure, is accidentally being on the wrong layer. Usually when if I work on just one layer at a time, but like sometimes I'll be like, oh, hey, there's this issue with the line art, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll forget to change the layer back. I'm actually gonna try my hand at doing my own. I'm gonna try my hand at painting this guy. So here's hoping that turns out relatively well. I do need to figure out how to do like a I might make it like more of like a deep brown rather than like just a pure black. That's not right. I kind of like that. This is awful. I'm proud of you all. No one can ruin this. Listen, they actually managed to tie it back to 57. I'm willing to give that. I'm willing to go ahead and be the. I'm gonna end the poll. Get sniped. Get sniped and eat snipers. All right. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers found this. Hold up, but now I can check. YFT, what is this? How did you find the Kasane Tanto cover of South Park's Jackin' What the fuck is this, San Diego? I good question. I couldn't tell you. Nah, I think I like it a little bit brighter. I think I'm realizing this eyebrow is too high. I guess fair, it does give him that like quizzical look, like the look of like, you know, you know, interested almost. My recommended is a gold mine. Is a gold mine. I would describe it more as a gold, like a land mine, but you know, drawing leather jackets is fucking hard. Oh god, there's so many issues. I should have flipped the canvas. I should have flipped the canvas more during the sketch layer. Because, like, reasonably, this should probably be, like, right here, if this is correct. Oh, well. I think that let me tinker around a little bit with some. I kind of like that, actually. That's too saturated. Yeah, almost like more of an aviator suit. I think I also probably want it to be like a little bit more open. And like when I do redraw him, I think I want the top part open. Dame yo, dame nano yo. Sugite, sugi, sugite. Dore dake. My voice is I underhydrated today for sure. Okay. So let me add a new layer or folder. New folder. Create folder. This is going to be the I should probably do it like, do I want to do any rendering? Or do I want to just like I think I want to dive just like straight into like trying to do like a line art or trying to do like a painted version. So this is going to be line and flats. Now we add a new layer. Not layer management moment. There we go. And this is going to be I guess I have to figure out a process. Is Starkey cool enough to sing to survive Waffle House? Yes, no, he's dying, skull emoji. You're right. You're right. That's why there's a reason I don't visit Waffle House. Okay. I probably want to start with a darker color.
Wretch.
Well, okay.
Wretch.
I think I want to start with what's up, Chris?
A. A.
A.
A.
A.
A.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. This is really good. It really
Thank
adds. It really adds.
A.
L poll can't vote yes in a safer work way.
Slash.
Let me hide those and see if like, see if maybe I can, maybe if I increase the opacity here. I don't like the blotting ink. I don't like the effect. This is, I'm sure some, like, I'm sure some, you know, some artists out there could probably make this work. But to me, it just looks odd. Because it's like you have to tap a whole bunch. So it's almost like the brush specifically made for pointillism. Dry ink. Water ink. I want to do like a watercolor or an ink pen. Gouache. I don't necessarily hate that. The in a safe work way is just a Kasai thing. L Pull can't vote yes in a safer work way. Yes, I'm cool, but in a safer work way where I still die. But you know, that honestly, I consider that a compliment. To be like, yeah, you're cool, but like you still die going to the Waffle House. No, I don't like that effect. Paint and apply. Thick oil paint. Oh, hold up. I kind of dig this. I kind of dig the effect that this is happening. So I dig this one. Add subtool. So let me move the oil paint and the thick oil paint to the top.
Rats, we're rats.
What's up, Crisp?
We're the rats.
Fun fact, there is a spider on your leg, you just have not noticed yet.
I can see myself working with that one. I mean, listen, if the spider's gonna be there, he's gonna be there. What am I gonna do? Why is this one called comfort food? Do you like crisp? Yes, no, yes in a safer work way. Kasai, that might be the single most haunted pull you've ever created. Which is like, that's kind of impressive. I feel like this brush has like a use case. I kind of dig it, honestly. Oh my merciful God. Welcome on, Corvette Bubble. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Just got home from work. Excellent. I'm currently doing like a quick brush check. Round watercolor brush. Flat watercolor brush. Who voted yes in a not say? Who voted? I do like the fact that there are 8 votes for yes. That does make me happy. That people like crisp so much. The three yes votes that aren't yes in a safer work way, I find moderately concerning, but you know. Let's see. How the fuck? Okay, quick question. Like, for anyone who's an artist, how do you figure out what fucking tools you want to use? Because I guess like this is one of the things where it's like you just kind of have to like use what feels natural. Wait, didn't read. Just like use what feels natural. Oh, acrylic.
Trial and error. V.
Trial and error. Fair enough. Acrylics. I'm not. Basic Bob acorn tip. I actually kind of like that. I have like 800 something brushes to sort through, so this might take a hot minute. The rest of the stream is just like, ooh, what's this brush do? What's this brush do? This is like the purest manifestation of my anxiety and ADHD. I use different brushes until I find one that I think I like these a little bit more for like smoother areas. I guess it's one of those things where it's like it's almost like the brush, like you can use different brushes to create different textural effects. Because like this brush, like the basic Bob brushes would actually be great for like you know, it's like if I'm trying to like, you know, paint the leather and I'm trying to like, you know, create like an area where there's, you know, there's like, you know, a kind of a natural like lighting gradient. I can kind of like and you're basically like I can come in here and just like it's all about the texture and the material. Yeah. If I want to, like this does kind of like naturally lend itself a little bit more towards like a smoother texture, I think. Don't artists download 100 brushes, pick the same one for years, then lose it? That's like I've seen posts of people being like, yeah, I use the same brush until I lose track of it, and then I find another one I like, and I use that one until I lose track of it. I'm a big fan of this one. I have a lot of brushes on my art program. Jagged Jeff. I'm not a hugest. The funny thing is, like, because I'm acknowledging now that there's like, I guess there, like, so. I need to like realize that like even though like because like this creates exactly the kind of texture that I would want for like the kind of modeled look of like admittedly with a brush this big, Clip Studio Paint does struggle to figure out what you know, but like it does add like a really nice like model texture, and you can almost do like why not use the oil brush I showed you the other day? I was busy and didn't have time to download it and create a Clip Studio Paint account. Meaning 4 days until my DBD brainworms win again. I still think it's fucking wild when I realized the Glub Go Gab Glab was hold up. Like the Glub Go Gab Glab, the fucking the monstrosity I showed you all about like a couple days ago was incidentally connected to Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, it's like if I do something like this and then like I like kind of like pick a lighter shade, I grab this and like kind of nope, didn't select the tool. Yeah, like that's actually that's such a fun effect. I need to okay. First of all, I should probably have reached out to someone who actually knows how to do like layer painting and stuff like that. I'm gonna leave a second. Just came by to give you a jump scare with my continued existence. All good. Thank you for stopping by, Sweet Bean. Stay hydrated. Will do. So I know with these kinds of things, there's like the general idea of you want to kind of like block out the shape. So like choose a base color and then kind of block out the shape as best you can. I don't know if there's like a strategy towards picking out a good base color, but le poisson. Poisson. I guess to be fair, so like I guess there's like probably different tools for blocking out different segments. So like for example, you probably want to like block out like each segment by material maybe? Hmm. Let's try that approach. Where like I block out things by like the texture I want and see how that works. Hmm. I feel like having like using it just a layer of paint as the base. Just like kind of like roughly block out the shapes that I want with like the corresponding colors. Starkey, check a Q length. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Uh, my suspicion is we might already be extended beyond, let's see, 4, 6, 12, 16, 19, 20, 25, 28, 32, 35. Okay, we got room for a little bit more. The bugs are gonna eat you. If listen, the circle of life. I said soon. One day we will all return to bug. Oh God, you know what I realized? I realized I forgot to do here. I didn't choose a nose color. I think we're just gonna go classic like dark black. I think you got caught by the I think you got caught by the song request cooldown. I think we're gonna go ahead and put one more song and then I'm just gonna let it you know let it play out. It's touch too bright. So give it a try again, Kasai, if you wanna put the song in there. All right, perfect. Now I'm gonna close out the queue. Why is there a Jaffe emote? I have no idea. I have no idea who Jaffe even is. I think that one was, if I had to guess, that one was probably Oceano's fault. I believe of my mods, Oceano is the most likely one to have added that emote and also be into K-pop. At least I think it's K-pop. I'm not entirely... like I said, I have no idea who Jaffe is. Welcome on in, Creativity. Glad to have you, Sweet Bane. I feel like with painting, you have to take a little bit more of a like just fuck it, we'll see. You just go and see what happens. Feeling you have to take a little more of an approach of just be like, just go, just do it, see where it goes. Let yourself play with it a little bit. You want to know who Jaffe is? Bird, I have the video for you. Assuming from the name, I assume it's the Chinese equivalent of cupcake. I don't know. Is Jaffe like a... Is that like a pun in some way that's very horny? Jaffe is one of those Chinese models that does mostly advertisements for products? Okay. It's a lucrative business there? Oh, I'd believe it. Why is Starkey saying Jaffe like it's a French? How the fuck is it? Alright, fine, fucker. You want me to look it up? How do I fucking pronounce this? Awful creature's been added to the chat. Jaffe? Jaffe? Jaffe Universe Explained. Joe regrets Jaffe Deep Dive. This is 30 minutes. Oceano. This is a 30-minute video. I can't watch the Jaffe wrap up. We barely... Yep. All right, hold on. If I do like a just chatting stream in the future, that will be we'll do a Jaffe like reaction. So I won't look up. Is it? I'm kind of horrified now to learn more about it. Remind him every day. The two things I get reminded of every time I stream: where are the Borb drones and watch the Jaffe deep dive video. Fuck you is my favorite 7TV emote. Stoke, you wear the board. Yeah, you've already asked that question today. You're not allowed to ask it again. You're only allowed to ask about the Borb drones once per stream. It costs 10 gifted subs to get the Borb drone designs. Starkey told me I would never lie. Okay, listen, you could choose a thing to lie about that is less obviously a lie. Because I've gone on record as saying that I struggle to ever hide anything behind a paywall. What version of Defying Gravity is this? This is with Hatsune Miku and Teto, who are Vocaloid characters, basically, like Japanese singing robots. It's more complicated than that, but that's the very, very rough explanation. Is the so if what is the emphasis on the O, so it's titol? Did you know that Phineas and Ferb lore strongly implies that quantum forces and probability will drive people to insanity in or Thanos snap an individual to keep the boys from getting busted? Mickey was in Fortnite before it became cringe when they used AI. There is something to be said about the fact that they released a well-known voice actor and people immediately used it to say slurs. That's how everyone pronounces it. So basically what I'm hearing is I could piss everyone off by calling her Teto instead of Teto. It's Leviosa. It's Levio Teto. I need to actually watch Wicked at some point. There are so many people who give me shit for being gay and still have not seen a musical. Stop throwing Pikmin. I'll keep calling her. Fine. I'll call her Teto. Did you talk like that for the? Could you talk like that for the next 10 minutes? 10 minutes of this. The pretentious asshole voice. Oh, it's easy peasy, sweetheart. Hardly even a challenge. Unlike these Pikmin being thrown with my corpus. I'm not gay, and I've seen Wicked multiple times. Have you even watched a weird musical while baked as fuck? I think it's, to be honest with you, I do think it's a kind of wild, the fact that I actually have like a relatively low percentage gay community. I'm dead. I've been deceased. You've killed me. Congratulations. Are you proud of yourself? Is this what you wanted? Is this you wanted a dead bird on the floor? We could. Where's the goddamn? Hold up, viewer rewards. Nope, that's not the right one. Oh, hold up a moment. While I'm here, I might as well go ahead and disable raids for the next half an hour. Perfect. Yin gravity. That's not the right one. There we go, that's the right one. I know a streamer that happens to have a skewing to furry or trans viewers despite being neither. But no, I say that not at all to be like, you know, because it's to some degree it's me acknowledging that I somehow haven't been typecast. But I just think it's cool that, like, you know, my community is like a very like intermixed. I definitely have heard this part. I typecast you as a horse. I don't hate horses. I just don't trust them. What is this Twitter ass bullshit? I almost died to a horse as a kid, and y'all just be like, oh, just make fun of Starkey's trauma around horses. That's fine. I was the person who got a government assigned persona. And you were government assigned a raccoon, Sona? Also, we ever get a shout out for Corbett Bubbles? I just realized I've been zoomed in on myself. I fucking hate horses. That is a fake quote. That's a fake quote. There is no quote of me saying that horses are awful creatures. Because I don't think they're that bad. I just don't trust them. Which was okay. I want you to know that because I have real life friends who are in my streams, stream bits bleed into real life in a way that's kind of uniquely horrifying. I was at my friend's, so my friend went. What is cuckolding is something else I associate with horses is a wild quote, and I can actually reconstruct in my brain the conversation that led to me saying that. But no, you're talking about because like I went to my friends' like violin recitals because they were learning violins, which is awesome. They're doing a genuinely great job. I'm super duper proud of them for sticking to it. They've made a ton of progress. But at one point she's talking about like,
Where the rats?
You got that got backwards, Starkey, not me got, said person got, from me.
oh, you government assigned someone else a persona. Okay. So we're at the violin recital, and at one point, they're having some minor technical difficulties, and the lady who's running it's like, yeah, the reason that this is called it's something like it's like a training exercise, but with a horse gallop, and she's explaining that like, oh, it's called a horse gallop because it replicates the like the like the like kind of syncopated rhythm of a horse in much less like specific terms because she was talking to lay people. And then she offhandedly mentions, but we all like horses here, right? And my friend Rish, who is a regular here in the stream, who I'm sitting next to, just turns to me, and I turn to look at her, and there's just this silent exchange of thoughts as we're both just like, you can't. Because she's a huge horse fan. She loves horses. And she's given me grief before for my anti-horse opinion. So there's just in the middle of this violin recital exchanging incredibly silent. Ivan! Welcome on in! Look at you, sweet bee. Can you shout out for Ivan?
Fat gay birds jump scare.
So the two of us are just in this violin recital, silently exchanging words. Also, that sentence sounded like a stroke without context. More other versions of Broadway songs. I love how I run into Corvettes everywhere I go. I would wonder how much money it would be to collect every instrument out there. Thank you for shouting out Ivan, by the way. Ivan, are you back from your trip, or are you still hanging out over in the Sunrise Land? Ivan, I'm trying my hand at painting. God help me. I'm actually incredibly nervous about the idea of learning how to do painting stuff. Still in Kyoto? Nice! Hopefully you're having fun. I'm definitely jealous of all the sights you're getting to see. I'm trying to think of like what time it would even be over there. It's like the morning for you. Painting. Listen, because like when I think of painting styles, I think of a couple of people, and you're definitely up there. You, Bernie. I also think usually of like Old Shep. I'm trying to think like who else. Terran Fiddler has like a very like painterly style. So like this is me trying my absolute like basic. I do have a finished flats version, although there are certain mistakes. 930. Okay. I think the design looks a lot better. It's definitely a lot more. I don't necessarily know that it's more simple, but I think it's more cohesive. It's less like I'm just throwing random things and more like there's color palettes and again I'm also like constantly kind of fidgeting with it. I like that a little bit more. I guess to be fair, like that is the point of character design is kind of to fidget with it until you like it. Yu-Gi-Oh fans managed to bully Konami into backpedaling a policy change. I mean, that's good. To be honest with you, I think Konami could use a little more bullying. I just realized this is breakdown. This is breakdown with Cupcake, or meltdown with Cupcake. But no, Ivan, I absolutely adore your style, and I would love to learn from you how you approach the painting process. Hmm. Definitely, as I'm look. It's one of those things where it's like I have to remind myself, trust the process. Someday. Oh, for sure. Definitely, like, not anytime soon. You're gonna be busy for a bit, recovering from your trip. Konami's format for legacy formats, and they decide from now on those formats will use modern erratas and effect rollings. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that that might reasonably upset some groups of people. It usually gets you a way to learn how to build colors. Okay, I mean, to be fair, that's something I like, because I feel like my anatomy knowledge, while it could still use some improving, I think I need to like let it kind of bake in my subconscious. I don't know if it's something like everyone else does, but it's like I sometimes I'll just take a break from a thing that I'm like really focused on, and just like kind of like let my subconscious, like, you know, it's like, hey, like let the subroutine in my brain kind of like have a crack at it and see if it can figure out, like, you know, figure out a better approach towards it. I kind of appreciate the degree to which, like, because cupcake raps do have an incredible amount of musicality to them, and they captured that pretty brilliantly in this remix. But yeah, so like my current plan, my anatomy is getting a lot better. My proportions are pretty solid. So I figure, like, you know, take the time to like kind of develop a new focus. We're just like, you know, and then also, like, in the meantime, like, you know, my anatomy and whatever will continue to improve. There are 1 hour video about how Konami destroyed Yu-Gi-Oh from someone who just beat cancer. They would not be able to recover if they didn't walk it back. Your proportions are solid. Now it's time for to make them softer. That's fair. I mean, I was planning to kind of delve into certain like niche art. My friends bullied me. I recently saw a post of a pool toy werewolf that was adorable, and I'm like, I kind of want to make one of those. Is that the Jaffe scream? Is it did the conversation naturally draw its way back to Jaffe? Yep. Okay. Because I've heard that scream a lot. I had no context for it. I think with the save. Starkey can do some silhouette practice. To be fair, that's kind of what this turned into. Um, I don't know off the top of my head a way to just like immediately turn something into a silhouette. I'm assuming it's probably like, should Starkey Morph beat Soriel to death for his pulls? Yes, no, yes, but in a safer work way. Yes, but in a safer work way in this context might be the single best joke I think any of these pulls have ever made. I fucking love the shit out of that. Like, here. Sharpen, render, distort. Let's see, new correction layer, brightness and contrast. So if I turn contrast. To be fair, it is a little bit difficult, but I do think in general, like this silhouette actually does look pretty solid. No, I voted yes. You won't beat me to death if yes wins, right? And I want it not safe for work. Beak lobotomy. It's a beak lobotomy. That is awful. I know there's a way. I know there's a way to do like taking note. Wait, beak lobotomy, let's fucking go. But no, I feel like this silhouette is actually significantly stronger than it was previously, so. I did Ronald McDonald for a moment. It did in fact Ronald McDonald, which I think is really fucking funny. There's also like a way to hold up. Because I can also add like a I can add like a correction layer, hue, saturation, luminosity. There's like a way for me to check values. It's saturation. Actually, I did a pretty solid job in regards to my values. Like it's pretty well balanced, all things considered. I think breaking up this, like, because I originally had this brown covering up this entire area. I think breaking up that did a lot to actually help it. It started beating up Sawyer in a safer work way, just like a Tom and Jerry cartoon kind of way. Oh yeah, no, it might. I think because I tend towards this kind of value right here. And I'm wondering if that's a sign that, like, maybe I should probably, like, lighten this up a little bit. I'm looking and I'm thinking. Oh, actually, hold up. I can fully silhouette it. Okay, yeah, the silhouette's significantly stronger already on this version. The silhouette. No censorship on that beating. Looks darky, an awful creature to put your rage toward. That's not me. It's okay. I can TF you into a horse. 2 birds, 1 stone. But yeah, I think I might want to darken this a little bit. Like, make this a little bit darker yet, and then probably try to brighten these up a little bit. Please don't TF me to a horse. Nope. How hungry? I do think, because the big thing with the value changes, what is this song? This is, I think this is just like an actual Cupcake song. Yeah, Cupcake, one of my big bugs ate my pussy. Put into the queue by Oceano. Trade offer, I give you a Canadian visa, you give me not being TF'd into a horse and beaten to death. I mean, listen, if you can get me a Canadian visa, I'll allow it. Do you think there's going to be more Perry the Platypus fan art? It's not a Cupcake remix. Yeah, this is just a straight up Cupcake song. This is Cupcake as Cupcake intended. New correction layer, hue, saturation, luminosity. So turn the saturation all the way down. Yeah, that actually does a lot to help kind of like it draws the eyes more towards like this section, you know, keeping towards the eyes, the ears, the nose, the face, the wings, the horns. Okay. I do think if I'm bringing it this dark, though, I kind of want to put it like a little bit more in the colder spectrum. You ever seen something and realize this is going to spark lots of porn? Oh, absolutely. The question is, in this context, is bedbugs ate my pussy? Is she referring? Is she like? Is it the affectionate form? Need to read Bowser. I need to read Bowser and Leather. Yeah, hopefully like this process kind of gives me like an intuition for building structures. Now, like more like building kind of because like when you approach things differently, you are ultimately approaching them like, you know. I need to read the polls. I don't know if there's a book about Bowser and Leather. I mean, listen, I'm sure there's at very least fan art out there of Bowser and Leather. I can confirm that. I couldn't tell you for sure about if there's like I couldn't tell you for sure if there's a brain. Yeah, fan art. It's so fucking funny to me because there's definitely a legendary video I remember as a kid. I don't know if this was before or after my gay awakening, but it's funny enough. It was from fucking Lucagen of all people. She in a YouTube video read a romance novel where you just straight up get dicked down by Bowser. And there's definitely a moment at the beginning that introduces. I think the novel was called like The King and I. It was like a visual novel or whatever, like a dating sim style thing. I think it was called The King and I. And at the very beginning, it's introduced as like, yeah, this is a game where you, in no uncertain terms, get completely dicked down by Bowser. This is not a bit. If you're playing it with friends, it's not for the jokes. You're just gay. And for whatever reason, that stuck out of my brain. That's like... like, that is, for whatever reason, that is deep. That is a profound, like, that is a fucking core memory. Okay, let's try like now that we have like the rough kind of phase figured out. Content has been warned. You have been warned. You have been warned of the content that you are about to experience. I think I might have to, because I do have plans yet tonight, and the queue is definitely more than 10 minutes long at this point. I might have biffed it. It is just okay. Yeah, the requests were disabled properly. Weird. Skill issue on your part. I realize. Okay. I was like, why is it the wrong color? The reason is because it was at like a partial opacity still. Confession, I steal hands full of mints from mint trays when I see them. It depends on it depends on where you frequently find hands full of mints, is whether or not I will pass judgment on that. Is this pussy on the other side? Or other friends? This is I was thinking of the wrong friends, the wrong song about friends. Cupcake remixers are a fucking different breed, man. Queefs on the side. Do you steal handful of candies when it says take one? I always take one. Oh my god, this is an assault. This one hurts. Skip? No, we're keeping it. This is the what yes, but it's concerning. What is happening? Cupcake Cupcake is your other friend. Jesus fucking Christ. Who did this is the question. Swariel! Swariel, what the fuck did you do? Actually, it only makes sense that this Swariel would put this fucking shit in. Okay, let me try one of the other brushes. Let me see if we can do the oil paint. Oh my god, it's Steven Monaverse. Absolutely criminal. I'm glad I was saved by the ads. Oh, shit, that's right. We got hit by ads. I've completely blipped. Anyways, with rose toy quartz and gum pearl. He hits the floor. He was no man at all. He was 3 kobolds in a trench coat. One's on the bottom, strong as he. 2's in the middle, carrying 3. 3's pretending not to be 3 kobolds in a trench coat. And was out on her nightly stroll. And Garnet and Amethyst. The Cupcake remixers are like an entirely different breed, man. He's 3 kobolds in a trench coat. 1's on the bottom, strong as he. 2's in the middle, carrying 3. 3's pretending not to be 3 kobolds in a trench coat. This is the last good song before I go back to Unhinged. Still waiting for the the Bayonetta remix, for the Cupcake remix of three kobolds in a booty hole. That's illegal. That is actually criminal behavior. Go to horny jail. It's traditional to play this song. I listened to this a song a touch too much when I was driving, so I did get a little tired of it, but I think it's a good stream song still. Three kobolds in a trench coat. One's on the bottom, strong is he. Two's in the middle, carrying three. Three's pretending not to be. Three kobolds in a trench coat. Dodan put rebels to the sword. His own kingdom he was treated by the horde. Economy had been ruined by three kobolds in a trench coat. One's on the bottom, strong is he. Two's in the middle, carrying three. Three's pretending not to be. Three kobolds in a trench coat.
Rats, where the
What's up, Crisp?
rats?
Forget sous vide eggs. What if I sous vide to make a grilled cheese without being grilled?
So you're like, you put like a grilled cheese in a bag and then put that bag in warm water. That's like, it's not like, I think it would because I think the point, because in order to get the crisp on the grilled cheese, you need to drive the water from it. So you're just ending up with like mush. I think if you sous vide a grilled cheese, you're getting cheese bread mush. Is that what you want? Cheese bread mush? Where's the fucking eraser? There's eraser. The bread would go soft still. Gross. Yeah. Starkey couldn't speak for a minute. It definitely hit me like a truck, for sure. This will probably be the last song of the night. It's kind of a banger, is I think the part that I have an issue with. It kind of slaps. At least he didn't think implying dishwasher sous vide. I already told you that if you sous vide a grilled cheese, it's going to be awful. Like, there's, you know, I've given you my warning. What's up, Crisp?
Rats.
Slaps harder than Pappy when he smacked that ass like a drum.
I hate it here. I'm beginning to question my own sanity, to be perfectly honest with you. Okay, we could. Okay. We will go until the first scream. The first scream, the stream will just end. It just end unceremoniously. Let me look for a raid target while this plays. Because my man's about to fucking pop off. It's the song is Buddy Holly, but Rivers Cuomo passes a kidney stone, so I'm ready to mute it at any moment.
Rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
Dick in the garbage disposal energy.
Dick in the garbage disposal energy is wild. Holy shit. I'm wondering when it's gonna hit. You know who we haven't rated in a bit? I don't think we've rated femur breaker scream. Oh my merciful god. Oh, that is awful. Can anyone who's had kidney stones confirm or deny? How long has it been since we rated Lunar? I feel like it's been a bit. God, I never realized how brutal the femur breaker scream is. But imagine getting hit with a fucking kidney stone live on you're doing the song and dance, and then you get hit with a kidney stone. I wouldn't necessarily blame someone for screaming like this, to be honest. Actually, wait a minute. Let's rate someone new. Y'all like the big boys. Let's rate into Kaz Wolther. For those of you who are big fans of big bodybuilders. How long is this fucking song? Why is wild energy? What's with these kidney stones dissing my... All right, if we're rating that, I can't rate into Kaz with that kind of energy. I'm rating into Lunar then. All right, let me go ahead and save this song. For Hatsune's Miku screaming for almost 5 minutes is the song we're starting the Tuesday stream off with. Sure, why not? Let's start right over to Lunar Buho. Thank you for being here, you sweet beans. Hopefully you had a good time. You just had a nice, comfy, vibey stream, hanging out, doing art. But yeah, it's Tuesday, isn't it? To be fair, Tuesday we're going to be working on Amber's orb, so it'll be a perfect way to introduce the energy for that particular stream. But yeah. If you'd like to stay up to date with this, all right, hold up. I need to do the thing where I'm actually proper, like I do my raid, or like my introduction thing. If this is your first time here, I'm Starkmorph, big chaos the internet, very stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I mostly play indie games, however, every Tuesday and Friday for the last year and a half, we learned how to do some heckin' art, so... If you would like to stay up to date with the stream, be alerted when I go live, drop a follow here, or you could be over my Blue Sky, which is my secondary platform of choice. I post art that I make, art that I get commissioned, general ramblings. You get to see the borbs, you get to see the orbs, you get to see the florbs, the floorboards. I don't know what that fucking means. I had bars for a moment there. You sound like Trisha Paytas speed talking. what I gotta do to make it through to you? I made a Ruby, I made a glue, etc., etc. But anyways, Blue Sky. I also have a YouTube if you'd like to see the VODs there, which I will hopefully be posting the VODs for the Expedition 33 and also Power Wash them. And then I got a Discord if you'd like to pop in there, say hello, Sweet Beast, the curse got the Sweet Beast post. I'm sending you all over to Lure. Lure's Heck is super sweet being playing Lies of P. I love you to bits, and I will catch you Monday for more Expedition 33. Bye!